On the evening of January 23, 2006, 24-year-old Jennifer Kesse spoke on the phone with her family and boyfriend from her condo in Orlando, Florida. That's the last time anyone heard from her.
The mysterious disappearance of Jennifer Kesse. Jennifer Kesse made her decision to move to Orlando because of the vast hospitality industry that the city has to offer. She was born and raised in Tampa, Florida, so she didn't have to move far to pursue her dream career. After graduating from Vivian Gaither High School in Tampa, Jennifer started her undergraduate college career at the University of Central Florida. In 2003, Jennifer graduated with a degree in finance from the University of Central Florida. According to Jennifer's parents, Drew and Joyce Kesse, she was the kind of person who could brighten any room that she entered. One of the most meaningful people in Jennifer's life was Logan, her younger brother, who was also one of her closest friends. Logan and Jennifer's parents instilled in them at a very early age the importance of safety over anything else. When the couple lived in New Jersey many years ago, Drew and Joyce Kesse were held at gunpoint. As a result of that assault, the couple moved their family to Tampa, Florida. Since Jennifer was deeply concerned about her safety, she kept in constant communication with her family in Tampa. Her parents preferred to know where Jennifer would be, at what time, and where she would be if she didn't make it. Jennifer felt comforted by the thought that someone was waiting to hear from her when she arrived home. The majority of 24-year-olds in Orlando couldn't afford to buy a condo on their own in an upscale neighborhood. But Jennifer Kesse was no average 24-year-old. She turned down job offer after job offer before accepting a job with a timeshare company in Ocoee, Florida. Within her first year, Jennifer was promoted twice. Jennifer's new condo was located in a rough part of the city, slowly being revitalized. The apartment was located at the Mosaic at Millennia. Also in the area was a newly opened high-end shopping mall, and for someone like Jennifer, who adored shopping, the location of her apartment was ideal. When Jennifer moved to the Mosaic at Millennia, the complex was still under construction, so it wasn't uncommon for contractors and construction teams to be seen throughout the complex. The contractors would come in and out of Jennifer's condo doing work, making the safety-vigilant Jennifer nervous. When Jennifer walked from the parking lot to her apartment after work, she was always on the phone with someone, just in case. Jennifer's friends and family knew how important personal safety was to Jennifer, so they were worried when she stopped answering their calls in January 2006. At the time of her disappearance, Jennifer was dating Rob Allen. The couple met a year earlier at a bar in Orlando, while Rob was in town. Rob lived in Fort Lauderdale, and despite living hours apart, Jennifer and Rob started dating. Jennifer and Rob had just returned from a romantic island vacation the day before her disappearance. She stayed the evening at Rob's house and drove straight to work in Orlando the next day. When Jennifer left work on January 22, 2003, she called her friends and family on her way home. She even spoke to her boyfriend Rob around 10 o'clock p.m. Later, Rob told authorities nothing seemed amiss with Jennifer. As they talked, Jennifer expressed her tiredness, and they hung up so she could get ready for bed. When Jennifer didn't show up, her co-workers became concerned. Throughout the day, Rob tried to reach Jennifer, but never heard back. He wasn't worried, though. Jennifer was likely in a meeting, so Rob assumed she was busy. After Jennifer didn't show up at work, her boss called her parents at 11 o'clock a.m. Drew and Joyce Kesse tried calling Jennifer, but all of their calls were unsuccessful. In an attempt to locate Jennifer, they contacted Logan, Jennifer's brother, but he didn't know where she was either. The lack of communication from Jennifer was entirely out of character, and her family was highly concerned. Drew Kesse and Joyce Kesse searched nearby police stations and hospitals for Jennifer, but couldn't find her. When they called Jennifer's condo manager, he reported that her apartment was fine and undisturbed, but that her car wasn't in the parking lot. Upon discovering Jennifer's car wasn't outside her apartment, Drew and Joyce immediately drove to Orlando. There was something wrong with their daughter, and they had a gut feeling that it was serious. There was no sign of disruption in Jennifer's apartment. Her suitcase sat in the living room, awaiting unpacking after her trip with Rob. Drew and Joyce could tell Jennifer had gotten ready for work in her apartment that morning. The bathroom counter was littered with damp towels, clothes, and makeup products. Jennifer's parents contacted the authorities, who showed no concern for the missing woman. Police became convinced that Jennifer had run away and needed space after Rob told them he and Jennifer had a minor spat the night before. The Orlando Police Department showed no interest in Jennifer's case, so her friends and family began handing out flyers around her neighborhood. On the morning Jennifer was reported missing, her neighbors said they saw her Chevy Malibu leaving the parking lot and driving erratically. Investigators immediately questioned Jennifer's loved ones, as they do in most missing person cases. Investigators interviewed Jennifer's family, Rob, and an ex-boyfriend, but none of them had anything to do with her disappearance. Construction workers working at the Mosaic and Millennia complex also became persons of interest in Jennifer's disappearance. When Jennifer disappeared, many workers were sleeping in the empty condos. She frequently complained to her father about workers calling her names and whistling at her. It was difficult for the police to question the construction workers. Several construction workers working at the Mosaic at Millennia were illegal immigrants, and when they heard that the police were investigating Jennifer's disappearance, they scattered. A break came in the 2 days after Jennifer disappeared, when her car was found. The Chevy Malibu was near Jennifer's apartment, but in another apartment complex called Huntington on the Green. Police impounded and examined Jennifer's vehicle and detected no signs of a struggle. Jennifer's DVD player and other valuables were still inside her car, ruling out robbery as a motive. There was only one fingerprint found in the vehicle belonging to Jennifer. Almost no forensic evidence was inside the car. However, police dogs tracked Jennifer's smell back to her apartment at Mosaic at Millennia from the Hunting on the Green complex. Fortunately, police discovered that the Huntington on the Green apartment complex had surveillance cameras. Investigators obtained CCTV footage from 2 cameras. The first camera captured someone driving Jennifer's Chevy Malibu into the complex at approximately noon when she disappeared. After sitting in the vehicle for about 30 seconds, the driver exited the Chevy Malibu. Since a gate was in the way of the security camera and the footage was grainy from the camera, it was impossible to identify the person driving Jennifer's car. Jennifer's loved ones were terrified by the faceless man seen parking her car on surveillance footage. Who was he, and why was he in Jennifer's car in the first place? However, most importantly of all, where was Jennifer at the time? For analysis of the security footage, the Orlando police called in the FBI for assistance. An FBI investigation determined that the person was between 5'3" and 5 feet 5 inches tall and wearing something similar to a painter's or construction worker's uniform. While the suspect's gender has not yet been identified, it appears he is male based on appearance. Over 1,400 people participated in the search for Jennifer the weekend after her car was found. Although there have been a number of rewards offered for information about Jennifer, the public had yet to come forward with any helpful information. No activity had been recorded on Jennifer's credit or bank cards, nor did her cell phone records indicate her whereabouts. It was Drew and Joyce Kesse's idea to place Jennifer's picture and description on a deck of cards that would be distributed to jails in the area. Occasionally, inmates receive playing cards featuring unsolved homicides, missing persons, and cold cases. An inmate in prison may remember information about the person on the card that can aid them in solving their investigation. The idea seemed to work in Jennifer's case. David Byron Russ, an inmate at the Seminole County Jail, contacted Drew Kesse with information about Jennifer's disappearance. David was in jail because he killed Madeline Linen, a 58-year-old woman. Drew decided to see David alone since Orlando police wouldn't meet with him. But David's information didn't help. David Byron Russ appeared to be lying. He knew nothing about Jennifer, but Drew Kesse had to check out the lead. He had to know what had happened to his daughter. Since Jennifer was leasing her vehicle, it had to be returned to the dealership after the police searched it. However, Drew and Joyce kept the Chevy Malibu for a while before returning it. As of now, No one knows what happened to Jennifer after her parents brought back the Chevy Malibu to the dealership. Drew, Joyce, and Logan Kesse felt abandoned by the Orlando Police Department. Drew and Joyce Kesse have been asking the police to declare Jennifer's case cold for years, but they won't. Because more resources are available for cold cases, Jennifer's loved ones want her case declared as one. In 2018, Jennifer's parents sued the Orlando Police Department for their daughter's case records. Drew and Joyce won their suit. A total of over 16,000 pages of documents, plus hours of audio and video, came home with them. Years later, a private investigator interviewed Jennifer's former neighbors at Mosaic at Millennia. Several female residents told the investigator how uncomfortable it was during that time because of the construction workers. Women residents were catcalled and commented on by construction workers regularly. Drew and Joyce Kesse set up a GoFundMe page to help fund their investigation into Jennifer's disappearance. Besides being advocates for missing people's families, they've worked hard to keep their daughter's memory and spirit alive. Jennifer's family, her loved ones, and everyone in Central Florida are devastated that no one knows what happened to her after all these years. Nobody knows if she's alive or dead. What happened to Jennifer the day she disappeared? Was she murdered, or was she trafficked? Any scenario is a nightmare to think about. Jennifer's family deserves answers no matter what the outcome. She was declared legally dead in 2016. Today, Jennifer would be 40 years old. At the time of her disappearance, Jennifer was about 5 feet 9 inches tall and was described as having blonde, mid-length hair and green eyes, although they were described as blue under certain lighting conditions. To gather accurate information about Jennifer, Drew and Joyce Kesse established a tip line. Please get in touch with them if you have any information regarding Jennifer and her disappearance. Call 941-201-4009. Donations to Kesse's investigation can be made through their GoFundMe page, www.gofundme.com/f/KSMV-help-us-find-Jennifer-Kesse. So there you have it. What do you think happened to Jennifer Kesse? If she was murdered that day in 2006, where is her body? Some people theorize the construction workers built her remains into the concrete of the apartment complex, still under construction. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. If you appreciated this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more true crime coverage. Thanks for watching, and see you soon in the next video.